big announcement came out on Monday. Mission Pro Wrestling, the now an all-female promotion. They have announced their new event. Their first event will be September 18th at Pinball's Kingdom in Buda, just south of Austin. And to tell us all about it, it is joining us on the Vaqueros Cafe and Cantina hotline, one of the part of the management of Mission Pro Wrestling. And oh, by the way, she's the current NWA Women's World Champion, Thunder Rosa. Follow her on Twitter at ThunderRosa22. Thunder Rosa, how are you?
Man, if I tell you how am I, you will be like, oh my gosh, I'm good though.
well, wait. We just caught you leaving practice. I was going to ask you, which practice were you practicing? Because you just do it all.
I was, so I had sparring today, which means like we put all our stuff together, and then after sparring we have wrestling practice. And I did as much as I could because my knee's still injured. So I can't really go live in 100 and go for takedowns and everything because I know I'm going to hurt something in there. So I'm just trying to stay, consistent and coming to practice. Wait, before I would have been like, nah, I'm just going to stay home. But now it's like, it is so important for me to use all the time that I have to get better at MMA. And the only way that I can get better is by showing up and learning.
Absolutely. I mentioned it was great to see you this past Friday in Plano at SW Fury. Your impression getting in the ring there, working with some of the great talent for SWE.
What was my impression?
Yes.
I just miss, being in the ring and performing. It just feels so good. And then I don't know, I just feel so much more confident now when I'm in the ring. I mean, I don't know if you noticed that when I got out, I don't even need the music anymore. I just feel like, that's why I'm in the NWA. You just put yourself over with your presence. So it was really nice just to be able to do that again, and have that opportunity to do some shows and to see some of the people I really love. Like, I love Team Storm. James Beard is amazing. I saw one of my best friends, Chandler the Cowboy. It's just like, and also the opportunity to work with some of the new talents, the new girls. Like, that's what I'm here for. I want to be that vet that I didn't have when I came up in the business, and help those girls to feel protected, to feel like they can rely on somebody and like that somebody will vouch for them no matter what,
Absolutely. So let's talk Mission Pro Wrestling. So, what motivated you to take Mission Pro Wrestling and transform it into an all-female promotion?
Listen, I honestly was not even thinking about that. Brian was like, I got an idea. We're going to make this an all-female show. And I just looked at him and was like, what? Are you sure? And he's like, yeah, it's time. We can do it. We've done it before, but we're going to do it to another level. And I was like, all right, so I guess I'll be the face of this promotion. And then we talked to Jeremiah, and then we all talked, and we're like, okay, we're going to make this, an all-female promotion, or mostly all-female promotion for now. And that's how we started. We contacted Robin Reed, and then we started, getting all the stuff rolling for our next show. I wanted to do the next show in August, but because of the COVID, we don't know. There's so many uncertain things going on, so we decided to go in September. But then I can tell you how difficult, and I'm not talking about just getting the talent for the ring. That's easy. All the other stuff, I'm having a very difficult time because I don't think a lot of women are used to doing camera, like I'm talking about in the business, or just being in production. So it is challenging, and right now, we might not have absolutely everybody working there as women, but in the future, we will be very soon. We will make it happen, And again, a lot of people, some people, not a lot, were asking like, "Oh, are you going to have men working here, or transgender, or gay, or gay?" And I said, absolutely, everybody is included. But what we want to make sure is that all the positions we would like to fill them with women. That that's in the, in the long run.
But you bring up a good
the
point.
vision that we have.
You bring up a good point there, though. Even in the broadcast industry, where we have some of the similar issues, and female talent is underrepresented, not just like what we do, what we're talking behind the mic, but especially on the production side. When you mentioned that, I was like, you are right. I can't say that I've ran into too many like on the spot camera operators that happen to be female. I don't see it that often. But if I find somebody, I'm going to point them your way, though.
Yeah, and I know some of them, but I want to make sure that, like, the most important part is, like, we want to make Mission Pro Wrestling a self-run promotion, and it's going to take us a little time, and that's why we have another aspect to it, which is custom matches, which these matches are more all of them are pro-style matches, and all of them are very respectful of our women and men that work there on their limits and stuff, and this actually helps us to bring talent that probably we will not be able to afford, and we want to make sure we keep doing that so we can get our production, like our cameras, our everything paid for. And and a lot of the fans, they've been very grateful and very nice to like donate money for us to like get our cameras and everything else to get it set up for this. Because I can tell you, this is not something that I'm just planning to run shows. This is not about only running shows. This is about a more of a future goal and a future vision that I have right now. That Robin and my team is believing it. It is. Teaching our wrestlers, ballets, everybody that wrestling is a business and you can actually make a living with wrestling, but a lot of people don't know what to do. So it's like, I'm working really hard on creating a business plan to actually, make it that way. So not only we give them the girls booking opportunities, but we are also giving them other opportunities that otherwise wouldn't have. That's the vision that I have. Like I said, I don't focus. I'm not like, laser focused on, man, we're going to make this girls, we're going to send them to this place and this place. No, I'm trying to teach and like bring this and educate our women that you don't necessarily need to be in the ring to make money. There's other ways with wrestling that you can become very successful as an independent contractor, which most of us are.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We see it in companies all the time. We're seeing more and more, women referees, for example, women commentators, which you guys have experienced quite a bit. By the way, you can follow Mission Pro Wrestling on Twitter at Mission Pro Res, WRES. And check out missionprowrestling.net for all the details. What would you say is the biggest need for women to fulfill in pro wrestling, outside of the ring? Is it in production? Is it in commentary? Is it office? Is it in the office?
It's everything, man. I don't think I don't think there's not a lot of women in power in general, in like production. There's not a lot of women. I worked in 3 different TV shows or 4. And I can, like, just like you were saying on broadcasting, there are very, very few spots in where women are actually doing some of the stuff. Right? Women writers. There's not a lot of women writers either, Bookers. There's not, I cannot tell you who the last booker female that I met in all the 6 years that I've been working. Straight up, like I'm being completely honest. So that just tells you, and this is something I've said multiple times, we are in a male-dominated business, in a male-dominated world still in 2020, So it's important that we open up our minds and we really think about this, because a lot of the jobs sometimes, when people stop wrestling, they start doing writing, they start doing booking, they start doing scouting. But if you don't know what to do, you've never done it, you don't know what to do, But this is an opportunity that you can start, as a young wrestler or as a young student, you can start thinking about this. I'm very thankful, that I went to college, and my husband and I, we were like activists. So we knew the importance of networking, the importance of learning other skills in order to be successful where we needed to be successful. So, again, Mission Pro Wrestling is more than wrestling. I think when I'm talking about empowering other women with other opportunities, I am being serious, Like I said, I've been blessed the last 6 years for the opportunities being given to me working in some of the greatest TV shows that I worked, and I've learned so much because I'm very curious and I always like to learn. And and I'm a teacher, you know, and I'm an adventurer, and I guess the team has all the support, and we're trying to make it as successful as possible.
Absolutely. Mission Pro Wrestling, their event Hell Hath No Fury, will be coming Friday, September 18th at Pinball's Kingdom in Buda, just south of Austin. When you have the picture in your mind, what do you envision this event on September 18th to look like?
Well, it's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of the fans are so eager to just go to a show. We're definitely gonna use a lot of precautions for our fans and for our staff. Been 10 weeks, and we're already planning what are the things that we're gonna do to keep everybody safe, and do social distancing as much as possible. You know, it's gonna be. I think I really want to be like a ceremony of a new era of things here, even in the Texas wrestling. You know, because a lot of people have been taken out of the business because of bad behavior that was allowed by absolutely, and I'm including myself, absolutely everybody, because of a culture of silence that we were part of, you know. So now it is time for us to become assertive and to become, to empower each other. And I'm just not talking about telling on people. I'm talking about when you see something wrong, tell them so it can get fixed, you know. Or when you have something you feel comfortable going with the promoter and saying, I'm not comfortable with this. So it's just gonna take time, but it's gonna be the ceremony, the starting of something really wonderful. And that's why I'm so I'm excited. I'm a little stressed out too, because we want to make it as successful as possible, you know. And I know it takes a lot of money and everything, and we're like I said, we're trying to make it as self-run as possible. And I know, like I said, a lot of fans already were giving us donations, and our merchandise is coming up pretty soon, probably in the next couple of weeks. So again, we're gonna try to raise funds by doing that, and by having all our custom matches, and you know, everything is gonna go back to Mission Pro.
You bring up some terrific points there, and I just want to reiterate. Yeah, I mean, if something's going on, I know there's sometimes the victims are a little scared to speak up, but if those victims tell enough people, eventually their voice is going to get heard, and somebody that has some power will help them. I know that to be fact because we've seen this starting to take a turn, because people like you that are now rising through the ranks and are able to have some power can actually have some say in making sure that people are on the up and up. So whatever you're doing to help fix that, and everything that you're doing to help fix that, you know, I can't tip my hat to you any more than I already can. But I was going to ask you, do you, besides just giving people a spot, a chance to apply their trade, especially for those that are underrepresented in the business, do you also see the business side of the aspect of that? Yeah, Austin and a lot of Texas, a lot of promotions have lost, are no longer around, and there's a big hole to fill, because Stu and I were talking about that just before we got on to the interview with you.
You know, yes, and again, it's unfortunately, when things like this happen, you know, you got to rise to the occasion, and you have to do things better, you know, and we're crossing our fingers that things are going to go well, and, you know, and we're going to be able to run a lot of shows, and they're going to be all successful. But again, I want to take it slowly, but there's there's a lot of plans that I have with this, with the team, and we've been talking, and we've been brainstorming. So if the funds are there, things are going to happen, and we're going to be able to collaborate with other people, which is the most important part. A lot of the collaboration has to be sincere, and I know it is a business, but I am a business person, but I also have a very important vision for this, you know, and hopefully with those who we are going to be collaborating or partnering with, they have the same vision. And going back to what you were saying about changing the arena of wrestling now, like I said, it's not all up to us women. And I pull up some of my peers, my male peers. If they see something that is happening and it's not right, they also need to speak up.
Yes.
You know, because change is not going to happen if there's divisiveness. You know, and it's the girls are always bitching. I'm sorry for my language. All the girls are complaining. You know,
no, but I mean,
no, it's not about that.
This is what's said.
it's about, holding each other responsible for our own behaviors and for the behavior in the locker room and outside of the locker room.
Yeah, it's called professional
it's very, very important.
wrestling.
Absolutely.
That's why it's called professional wrestling. You're absolutely right. I couldn't agree with you more.
Can I ask you? Let's take a look into a year from now after you start. Let's say everything goes well. I'm going to keep everything on the positive. All your shows are great. You have exactly what you need. The money's coming in. What is the ultimate goal? Primarily backstage, and what would be the primary goal for you as a product? Like, what would be the big dream to put on at Mission Pro Wrestling? Like the biggest show you can think of.
I want to go to WrestleCon, man.
Okay,
all right.
I want to do WrestleCon. I want to do a WrestleCon show. Like, this fan, man, he put a fire on my butt.
I love it.
He said, "You should be thankful. You should be thankful that you have Shimmer, Stardom, and Shine coming to WrestleCon." And I'm like, really? You know how many girls, and I'm talking about from the heart, you know how many girls we have flown ourselves to Florida or Dallas or whatever, and we didn't even get an opportunity to step on the ring. You know how many girls paid their way over there? They didn't even get a table because nobody will give them a chance to sell their stuff in there. You know how many girls have not been able to wrestle on a WrestleCon because they're not friends of a friend of a friend? You tell me.
No,
right now.
As many shows as WrestleCon puts on, you got to believe they should have a slot for a company like Mission Pro Wrestling. You would think that should be a no-brainer. Give them the slot, give them the venue, the promotion that all these other shows get during WrestleCon. Believe me, I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you.
But you know what? We should be thankful there's 3 female companies running. We should be thankful.
Well,
let me just say thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm going to be
there
straight
could
up
be more
like that.
But there could be more. There could be more.
Oh, I see exactly what you're saying.
And that's where you guys will come in. She is Thunder Rosa, the NWA Women's World Champion. Catch her and Mission Pro Wrestling on Friday, September 18th at Pinball's Kingdom in Buda, just south of Austin, with Hell Hath No Fury. Thunder Rosa, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. You are an inspiration not only to the women in wrestling, but to all of us, even those of us that just sit behind a microphone. We enjoy everything you do.
Don't even, man. I always say to people, they're like, "Oh, you're an inspiration. You're a role model." No, I just do what I'm passionate about, man.
And
when you have a passion in life and you go for it, that's it about, sometimes some people come here to just pass through in life, but I'm here for a bigger purpose.
Absolutely. And that's what makes it even more special. That's what makes it even more special.
And I love you guys. You got me fired up. Like, you got me fired up.
No, but I love this passion that we're getting to see from you, because this is something that, you bring that in the ring, but this is you, like, personal, raw, because it means so much to you, and this is not what our listeners always get to know about their wrestlers.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
absolutely.
And that's so important that even if you don't watch wrestling, like, that, give yourself an opportunity. This is something else. Like, a lot of people that never seen wrestling, they come to one of our shows. The Sabotage, when we used to run Sabotage, or, now Mission Pro. It is a family feeling. That we always make sure that our staff, fans, and the people that we work with, they feel like they're part of the family. They feel like they're part of the show.
Love that. Absolutely love
we're
that.
We're going to keep doing that.
Thunder Rosa, the NWA Women's World Champion, thank you so much for joining us. All the best to you. If there's anything we can do to help you out, let us know. But be safe, be well, and we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, purchase some tickets and merchandise.